What's up, vape fam? Sorteal here, and welcome to the Vaporworks lab. Vaping on the Drift RDA on top of the Zero X. Drip tip up here on top comes from Nick's Tips. It is an orange glow. It actually came as part of a combo pack for the Asgard Mini. So it had the drip tip and the Asgard Mini beauty ring both in that orange glow. Absolutely love it. Did an amazing job. But not what we're here to talk about today. As usual, what we're going to take a look at comes from Vaperz Cloud. It is a new Boro device and a pre-built coil Boro tank. The device is called the San or San. I'm not quite sure how they want that pronounced. And also the Shift Boro tank. For their pre-built coils, they are the VC Tech Coils, I believe is what they're called. They're actually really good. I don't usually like pre-built coils because I've been burned so many times. Don't last very long. These have been absolutely amazing, and they come in some pretty low resistance. I think 0.15 is the lowest on this, and they work absolutely amazing. What I have in there at the moment is the 0.2, and it's been working just beautifully. So what we're going to do, we will dive down. I'll show you all the ins and outs to the device, take a look at the tank and the coils, then we'll come back up, vape on it, and I'll tell you guys what I think. So let's go ahead and dive on over. All right, here is the package that your San or San from Vaperz Cloud comes in. I'm going to call it San just because I'm an anime fan, and that is, every time I see that, that's what I think is San. I'm not going to show you too much more in the package just because it has a bunch of stuff that YouTube doesn't really want anyone to see. Actually, I say that, but Vaperz Cloud has done a pretty damn good job of not having stuff on their package that YouTube is particularly a little leery of. So you get a bunch of extra spare O-rings, things like that for the San tank itself, along with an extra plug for the fill port. Love when that's in there. Got a USB-C charging cable. You do get an extra coil in the package. You have one that's pre-installed in the tank. It is actually this one that's pre-installed. It's the 0.4. So it's 35 to 45 watts. I have the 0.2 in there at the moment. There you go, the VC Tech Coils. Like I said, they do a dual diffuse or diffusion airflow for these. Really like these coils, and I'm really shocked that I do. Set this off to the side, and here is the San itself. Been heavily using this thing, which is shocking because I'm not a huge Boro fan, as you guys know. All right, so San has the Vaperz Cloud hot swappable board that's in here, very similar to the Stubby or the Empire Squonk mod, which is cool because you can replace the chipset, and I love that idea. Problem is the board itself is not very good when it comes to voltage or resistance reading or battery levels. It can get a little weird from time to time. With this one in particular that's in the San, the only issue I found is it's a little off with resistance, about 0.01, 0.02, somewhere in there, nothing crazy, but it is off. So on the side here, you can see your tank. Airflow's down here at the bottom. So there's your USB-C port. You got a rubber plug. It's not attached, which, you know, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me, but some people can't stand it when it's not attached because they feel like they're going to lose it. Back panel cover. So got the odd job in here at the moment, along with a P28A. So here's your screen. Goes by 0.5 increments. I dig that. So if you click the button 3 times, it will take you to the menu. Anything from kind of your settings as far as power, bypass. It also has temp control, which is pretty cool. Although I don't know why anyone would use temp control on a Boro, but sure, there's people out there that do. You can go to settings here, stealth and exit, and then back. And that's pretty much it as far as the options with this thing. 5 clicks turns the device on and off. Goodbye. And it powers up extremely quick. It doesn't kind of have a logo screen and then a little bit of a wait. It just immediately wakes up. I love that. On the inside here of your front cover panel or your back cover panel, however you want to think about it, a little bit of an indentation for this and your battery. The other side, you got the Vaperz Cloud logo down here. On the bottom, this is where part of your connections are going to be as well, similar to the Stubby and the Empire. Then up top here, you got this top plate. And the drip tip is an integrated drip tip, which I dig. I like that they did that and didn't have a flush nut or anything like that. There's really no need in a device like this. Very small. It feels extremely comfortable in the hand. It's very responsive. It fires up, no problem whatsoever. Have not had a hiccup or misfire, anything like that. All right, let's take a look at the coils. These are the VC Tech Coils. This is the 0.4. They come in 4 packs. You also have 0.8, 10 to 20 watts, 0.15, my personal favorites, 55 to 65 watts, and the 0.2s, 45 to 55 watts. These two are easily my favorite, but I do like more of a restrictive direct lung or direct lung type of pull. But the 0.4 and the 0.8 work absolutely amazing for their style of pull. All right, so looking at the coils and the fact you can use a standard Boro bridge, this chipset goes all the way up to 80 watts, which is nice. The resistance range is from 0.08 all the way up to 3.5 ohm. Love that. Love that it will go all the way down to 0.08. Don't know anyone trying to run that low on a Boro, but just the fact that it will do it is really, really cool in my opinion. All right, set that off to the side. Let's take a look at the shift itself. Pretty standard kind of Boro bridge or Boro tank design. You've got a nice big fill port. I kind of wish it had been off center and not right there up against the chimney section there, but it's what it is. I have not had any issue of my bottle tip kind of getting stuck up against that or the juice flow of my bottle tip being slower because I'm right up against that chimney. Haven't had any problems like that whatsoever. Like how it says shift down here. Then you've got your airflow here. Just kind of turns, closes it off, very honeycomb style. I really like the airflow on this. You can keep closing it down however much you like. Dig it. Down here, your contact portion. Then you can just pop it out. There's where your coil goes. Just want to line up these nicks to the sides here, and it will push right down in there. And you've got your contact to your coil there. And you can kind of see your honeycomb airflow right there. All right. So yeah, that is pretty much it. It works extremely well. The coils have lasted me, I think I've had this a little over a week, and coils have lasted just fine. This is the same coil I put it in initially. I have tried other coils with it and they work fine, but this has been my primary one, the 0.2, and it has just been an absolute trooper. As you can see, cotton is not all gunked up or anything like that. And this has seen daily use over the last week or so. So yeah, I'm really impressed with these coils. They last a while. Flavor off them is absolutely amazing. And the airflow to them works just wonderfully. I'm really impressed with these coils. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just so used to pre-built coils sucking, and these do not. One other thing that's cool with this, if for whatever reason you don't like the Vaperz Cloud VC Tech coils, you can use P&P or GTK coils in this. They do fit in this tank, which is always extremely cool. All right, got that off to the side. Taking a look at just about everything. Let's go ahead and take this out and we will pop the shift in here. You've already seen it works just fine with pretty much any Boro tank out there, but pretty much designed for the shift, and that's what they're selling with it. Let's go ahead and stick this in here. All right, so now we got the shift in here. It's looking good. Got the airflow pretty much wide open. It will stop. Once you get it in here, as you turn the airflow, it'll just kind of stop. And that's wide open. You can see it here. All the openings ready to go. All right. So let's jump back up top. We will vape on this and I'll tell you guys what I think. All right, back up top with the San from Vaperz Cloud. I dig this purple. It also comes, I believe, in blue, black, maybe a gunmetal. I can't quite remember, but it comes in a ton of different, very Vaperz Cloud-like colors. I dig this kind of satin purple. I think it actually looks extremely well, and I'm not usually a purple fan, but kind of digging this one. All right, let's have a vape. I think we may have the wattage up a little too much. Yeah. So right there where I had shifted it up to show you guys, hey, it goes all the way up to 80 watts. Never turned it back down. So just hit the 0.2s at 80 watts, which is way too much. Did not get a burnt cotton taste, a kind of burnt gunk taste, nothing like that. And this is the coil I've been using straight for about a week. But once you set it to about 50-55 watts, right in about the perfect range there, it is absolutely amazing. Flavor is great off of this. I've got delicious strawberry swirl in the tank right now. Comes across absolutely amazing in this, which I'm shocked by. If I put the same liquid in, say, the Odd Job, it wouldn't come across quite as well as it does in this tank. And that is a little crazy considering that as an alien coil in it that I know is absolutely amazing, but this Vaperz Cloud VC Tech Coil does a little bit better job on the flavor end than that alien coil, which I know is good. So I'm not a huge fan of pre-built coils. I'm pretty much a fan of these. These work extremely good, and if I ever run out, I do have a bunch of P&P coils. I know they'll work for it until I get some more VC Tech coils. The P&P coils are not going to replace these. Neither are the GTX coils. They're not going to replace these VC Tech coils. They're just too good. Love the flavor off this. I dig the pull off of it as well. You can definitely get a restrictive direct lung. You put the 0.15 coils in here, you get a full-on direct lung pull. It's very, very nice. You can crank that wattage up a little bit more. These VC Tech coils work absolutely amazing. And if you want to throw a Boro bridge in here, maybe you want to build extremely low for whatever reason, you can do it in this device. The resistance range to this is 0.08 all the way up to 3.5 ohms. So this thing will definitely fire some low resistance coils in this. Now, I don't see anybody building that low in a Boro bridge, but it's there if you wanted to, I guess. But if you do want to put, say, a 0.13, 0.12 coil in here, very low for Boro, this thing would actually fire it probably no problem. I don't know if it quite has the wattage range for it, but it would be interesting to try. So I'm pretty impressed with the San overall. If you're looking for a new Boro device, and maybe you're kind of like me and you're not huge on Boros, but the compact nature of it definitely interests you, I think this might be the way to go. This or the Nitrous Xeon, as far as compact goes, are really my two favorites. The Stubby is compact, but in a different way. It's still kind of thick. This just feels a lot smaller, feels easier on your pocket than the Stubby does. It just really works as far as a small device to take with you. Plus, you can use the pre-built coil tank if you want, or whatever Boro bridge that you happen to like. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. If you're in the market for a new Boro device, I think the San or San is an absolutely excellent choice, especially with the fact it comes with that shift pre-built coil tank. It does really work amazing, but if that's not your jam, any Boro bridge that you have will work in this thing just absolutely amazing. All right, guys, that's it. Vape on, and I'll catch you all in the next one.